What is going on, everybody? Nico back for another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet video. Spoiler warning. Spoiler warning, kinda. It's kinda sort of a spoiler. Only if you really want to go into this game completely blind, because today we are going to be talking about all the returning Pokemon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Everything that has already been in Pokemon games before that is coming back in this game. Now, some people, like I said, may want to go in completely blind, and if that's the case, this is not the video for you. However, I will not be showing any new Pokemon, anything that has been leaked or anything like that. I will only be talking about the Pokemon that have been in previous games. All new Pokemon will not be in this video, okay? So, if you're new to the channel, make sure you are subbed for more videos like this in the future, more Pokemon stuff, more Steam Deck stuff, more Nintendo Switch stuff. Make sure you're subbed because I do that stuff all the time, but let's talk about everything that is going to be coming back in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Here we go. All right, I've got this list pulled up for me. I will edit in a bunch of the sprites and stuff for you guys. It'll just make life easier. Probably easier for you guys, not so much for me. But first and foremost, the Charmander line will be returning. The other starters from Gen 1 obviously aren't as loved, I guess, as Charizard. They aren't getting the same treatment. They are not going to be available off the rip in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Just Charizard's line is. So obviously, people really like Charizard, and we just keep seeing it. And they've already announced a event. One of the Raid Den events for Scarlet and Violet will feature Charizard. It's going to be the only way that you're going to be able to acquire Charizard for some amount of time in the game. So that's the one that's coming back in terms of the Gen 1 starters. Next up, Pikachu's line is returning with Pikachu and Raichu. Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff are going to be available. Venonat, Venomoth. Diglett's line is going to be available. Meowth's line available. Psyduck, Mankey as well. Growlithe, I'm assuming that is including the Hisuian version. Now, if any of the Pokemon that I mention here have Hisuian variants, that's probably going to be in the game. Just assume when I bring up a Pokemon, for example, like Zoroark later, that Pokemon is probably going to have its Hisuian variant in this game. It's just something that we're kind of anticipating. Slowpoke's line is going to be available in the game. Magnemite is also, his line is in the game. Grimer, Shelter's line, Ghastly's line, Haunter, Gengar, you know, those guys, I'm not really surprised. We've already seen them actually in promotional material with Greavard. Drowsy's line, Voltorb, again, Hisuian stuff. Chansey, Scyther, Tauros, obviously. Tauros is in the Spain region. That just makes a lot of sense. Magikarp and Gyarados. Ditto's making a return. Obviously, we need that for our breeding stuff. Eevee's line is going to be returning. Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Dratini's line, Mewtwo and Mew. Then we get into Gen 2 stuff with Johto, starting with Cyndaquil's line. Obviously, you know, we just had Hisuian Typhlosion. It makes sense that we'd be getting Cyndaquil to some capacity in this game, and that is the only Gen 2 starter that is going to be in this game, which I find interesting. Pichu is going to be available. Igglybuff. Mareep's line is available. Marill, Sudowoodo, Hoppip's line, Sunkern's line. Wooper, obviously we're getting the new Wooper in this region. And in the past, especially in Sword and Shield, this was super prevalent. Typically, there's a way that you can acquire the original version of that Pokemon, whether it be trading with an NPC, doing something of that nature. You're able to get the original form of the Pokemon. So Quagsire is also in the game, but we are still getting a new version of Wooper with an evolution somewhere down the line. Like I mentioned, Eevee's available, so Espeon and Umbreon are also available. We've got Murkrow available, Slowking, Misdreavus, Girafarig. Obviously, we have an evolution that's been confirmed, so we're going to be getting, you know, an evolution, and we need our Girafarig for that. Fortress is in here, Dunsparce is in here, Quillfish, Hisuian again, Scizor, Heracross, Sneasel, Hisuian, assume, Teddiursa and Ursaring, Delibird, Houndour's line, Fanfy's line, Stantler. Obviously, we got Weirdeer, so we assume that we'll be able to evolve there. Blissey, Larvitar's line. Then we're getting into Gen 3. None of the Gen 3 starters made the cut. None of the Gen 3 starters are available, but we have Wingull kicking us off here. Wingull and Pelipper are available, with the Ralts line being available next. Then Surskit available, Breloom and Shroomish available. Slacking's line is there. Hariyama's line is there. Azurill. Obviously, I mentioned Marill and Azurill earlier, but Azurill is available. Sableye here. Metacham's line is here. Swalot is here. Camerup's line, Torkoal, which we've seen in a bunch of trailers. Spoink and Grumpig are here. Cacturn and Cacnea are here. Alteria's line is here. Zangoose and Seviper are here as well. Barboach and Wishcash are here. Bayonet and Shuppet are here. Tropius, Snorunt and Glalie, Love Disc, Bagon's line is here, Salamence is there, Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza. Then we get into Gen 4. Again, no starter Pokemon, which I find is very odd, considering that we just got Gen 4 remakes and we can't bring any of our Gen 4 starters into this game. I find that very peculiar. I'd imagine they get added in DLC. But Starly kicks it off. The Starly line is available. Kricketot as well. Shinx, Combee, Pachirisu, Buizel, Shellos, Drifblim, Mismagius, Honchkrow, Stunky, Bronzer, Bonsly, Happiny, Spiritomb, Garchomp's line is available. Lucario, Hippopotas, Krogunk, Finneon, Snover, Weavile, Magnezone, Leafeon and Glaceon. Obviously, I mentioned the Eevee stuff. We've still got Sylveon somewhere on this list, but all the evolutions are here. Gallade, Frostlass, Rotom, Uxie, Azelf, and Mesprit are here. Dialga, Palkia, Heatran, Giratina, Cresselia, and Arceus. No Darkrai. Arceus is an interesting one. Then we jump to Gen 5. The only starter that is going to be available from Gen 5 is going to be Oshawott, obviously, because Hisuian Samurott makes a lot of sense there. Then we have the Lilligant line. Again, assume Hisuian. Basculin is available. Crocodile's available. Zoroark, Gothitelle, Sawsbuck, Amoonguss. I can never pronounce this one. Alomalola. That one is also going to be available. Dynamo's lines here. Axew, Beartic, Cryogonal, Bisharp, Braviary, Hydreigon. Larvesta's line is here. Then we have Tornadus, Thundurus, and Landorus are all going to be available, as well as Meloetta, which I find very interesting. No Reshiram, no Zekrom. They'll probably save a lot of the legendaries like that for DLC content, like they did with the Crown Tundra, is my imagination. Then we move into Gen 6, and this is the one that has all the starters, so that's kind of neat. Chespin's line's available, Fennekin and Froakie's line are all there. Then we have Talonflame's line all there as well. Pavilion line is there, Pyroar's line, Flabebe's line, Skiddo and Go-Go have been confirmed, Dragalge, Clauncher, there's Sylveon, Halucha's there, Dedene's there, Carbink, Gudra's line, assume Hisuian there, Klefki, Bergmite, again, assume Hisuian, Noivern, Deontay's there, Hoopa's there, Volcanian's there, and then that's the end of Gen 6. Moving into Gen 7, obviously we assume Rowlet's going to be there because of the Hisuian variation. That's it in terms of starters for Gen 7, which I think is really nice. No Incineroar is a good thing for all us competitive players out there. No Incineroar is very, very nice. But then we have Yungoos. We have Crabominable's line, Oricorio, Lycanroc's line, Toxapex's line, Mudsdale's line, Fomantis's line, Salazzle's line, Serena's line, Oranguru, Passimian's here, Palossand, Komala, Mimikyu. Bruxish is here. I wish it wasn't because I hate that Pokemon with everything in me. It's so ugly. Magearna's going to be available, and then we move into Gen 8. Gen 8 also has all the starters available, so Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble's lines are all available in the game. Then we have Squovit's line, Corviknight's line is going to be available, Dreadnought, Colossal, Applin, excuse me, I don't know why I struggled there. Applin and Appleton are going to be available. Sandaconda is going to be available. Barraskewda, Toxel and Toxtricity are going to be available. Sinisty's line is there. Hatterene's line, Grimmsnarl, Berserker, Phalanx, Pincurchin's here, Snom's here, Stonejourner, gosh, I don't know why I struggled to remember that one. Ice-Cube, Indeedee going to be back, Paparaja's going to be back, Dragapult's line, Zacian and Zamazenta, which I've heard are getting a nerf. I find that very interesting. Eternatus is going to be back. Then we have Cubfu and Urshifu. Zarude will be making a return as well as Regieleki and Regidrago, with Glastrier and Spectra also returning, and Calyrex as well. So then in terms of Hisuian stuff that we have coming back, we have Weirdeer, Kleavor, Ursaluna, Basculegion, Sneasler, Overquill, and the new Genie, which is eluding me right now. Enamorus, that's it, Enamorus. Gosh, I could not for the life of me think about what that Pokemon's name was. But then the rest of the Pokedex will be made up completely of Gen 9 Pokemon. So I'm not going to continue any further. Those are the returning Pokemon that you can expect in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And if you found the video entertaining and helpful, make sure you leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon content like this in the future. And again, check out other stuff from me like Dubby. This is my energy drink partner. Really good stuff. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, 0 calories. Super tasty. Put it in some water, shake it up. 10% off with code Nico. So check that out. And if you want to see more from me, be sure to check out my other Pokemon videos, such as me ranking all the confirmed Gen 9 Pokemon that have been announced thus far. Super fun video there. And also check out my reaction to the most recent Pokemon Scarlet and Violet trailer and my thoughts with some of the new reveals that were in there. Pretty fun stuff. But again, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.